an unbelievable place. It's one of the best cities in the world. Great front office, great coaching staff. I really like the direction of where we're going. I can say now. But yeah, I mean, I'm just super excited to get to work. It's an unbelievable opportunity, and I'm just excited to be in Brooklyn and call this home. Yeah, I mean, you look at all the European bigs who I'd try to take bits and pieces from their games. You look at Jokić, Şengün, Sabonis. I mean, Lauri Markkanen, Franz Wagner, Michigan guy. Just all these guys who are just so skilled, savvy, and make the game look effortless, and try to take bits and pieces out of all their games and just what they do, and try to just emulate some of those things.
Good YouTube. It's your boy AJ. I'm here with Cypher. And make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe, follow us on Twitter. Our Twitter scrolling at the bottom, and our Instagram is Nets Kingdom 1. Check out our playlist. Our playlist has all the scouting reports and the breakdowns of all the latest prospects that the Nets drafted. So make sure you click on that to check out, deeper dives. Now, we're going to talk about the 27th pick by the Brooklyn Nets, Danny Wolf. So we did the scouting breakdown on Danny Wolf, but I just kind of want to talk about Danny. Let me ask you, Saib, why did you think Danny dropped this far? Because out of all the prospects we've had, I think Danny might have been the highest guy on everybody's list, because I think he might have been higher than Nolan. I saw a couple people have Danny like late lottery. I saw people have Danny early 20s. So why do you think Danny dropped so far to 27th?
Okay, so with him, his most valuable skill is like his ability to be a ball handler in the pick and roll at 7 feet tall.
Yeah.
And when you see that, you think Jokić, you think Şengün, you think Sabonis,
Yeah.
and those are all like amazing players. The problem is, I don't think he is good enough to be that in like the NBA level.
Yeah.
I think he has like, it's cool they could do it, like be a ball handler, and he could be like a roll man, because at Yale, before he went to Michigan, like he was like the roll man in the pick and roll.
Yeah.
So he has like some offensive versatility that no other player we drafted has. The thing is that he's not really that good as like a roll man. He's okay at it. And he's not really, like, he was pretty solid as like the pick and roll ball handler, but he had a turnover problem. Like he averaged 3.6 assists to 3.2 turnovers. So even like his best skill like had like severe limitations.
Yeah.
And it's like for most teams, it's like that's really just like a good bench player, like realistically. Like I don't think Danny Wolf is like a starter on like a good playoff team.
Yeah. And we said this during the video, right? I think Danny's like the reason why he dropped too is because he's definitely more team reliant. Like you couldn't really put him in a situation which you have to put him in a situation where you're allowing him to be the initiator. He's going to have the freedom to be the ball, a ball handler or like a DHO kind of guy, because in the NBA, it's either you're a rim running play finisher, lob threat, or you're like a stretch five. So Danny, he's kind of a tweener. I think that's probably why he's a tweener.
So he's not playing the 5 in the NBA for a team that like wants to win, because even in college, like he was the power forward.
Yeah.
Like I can't remember the name of the center. I think it was like Golden or something. Or
Golden, yeah. Holden, yeah.
He was like the actual center, and he was doing like all the defensive rim protection and like rim finishing, the lob stuff. Wolf was really like more so like a playmaking power forward, and he was like good at it. Like he was really good at scoring in the pick and roll. He shot, I think I have his stats. Like, okay, he shot 64% at the rim, which is like pretty solid. But his biggest weakness is like drop coverage, because if they drop back, like he didn't shoot well from mid range. Like he shot 36% from mid range. Now he did shoot pretty decent from 3. Like he shot almost 34% from 3.
Yeah.
The volume wasn't like great. Like he averaged like 3 attempts per game, and it's hard to really tell if the shooting will translate, because the thing that really scares me about him is that he shot 59% from the free throw line.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, he shot badly from mid range and he shot badly from the free throw line. Is the 3-point shot really going to translate? Like, it's really hard to say. So I don't know. Like his two things that make him like good. Oh, by the way, he was a good rebounder. Like he led Big Ten in rebounds per game. So he's a good rebounder. That's like not a concern. I think he is like a good bench player. Like I think that is like his ceiling.
Mhm.
I think that like his floor is like little bit higher because of that, because of his versatility. Like it's crazy to say this, but despite being like him being our latest first round pick,
Mhm.
he might have the highest floor out of everyone we drafted.
Yeah, higher than
Like
Jake Powell.
yeah, maybe. Like he is less likely to be out of the league because he has so many other skills.
Yeah, he has, like I said, he has a unique combination of size and skill that makes him very intriguing. So it's like that, like being 6'11", 7 foot, and moving the way he moves and dribbling how he dribbles. It's like it's not normal. It's different. So it's like that ability to like facilitate too and be a good playmaker at his worst. Like I said, with his size, he has the size and frame to be like a good power forward, small ball five, whatever you want to do it. But it's like he has a size to be like a good to survive, big mismatches, or survive like kind of like big kind of centers. And then he can, if that shooting translates, he can, be a stretch five or be like a creator, post offense, post creator in the floor. You think so? Or you think
Okay,
that's more?
he does know how to take advantage of mismatches. Like he
Yeah.
did have like somewhat of a post game.
Yeah, he can post up too. Like I said, that's the thing. He can post up, he can drive, and then he can, that of separation. And like, you don't want him being like the lead kind of initiator, but you want him to be like a DHO. You pass him to him on the wing, and he can maybe sometimes create other DHO, or your big could come out and screen, and he can, be the pick and roll ball handler with the 5-man at times. You don't want it to be the main part of the offense, but at times it could be part of your offense. So I think the reason why Nets fans love him so much is because of his film. He has the flashy guy. He's just a fun to watch, because when you
The
give him the
highlights are
ball,
good.
the highlights are amazing. You put the highlights, Danny Wolf highlights on, you're like, ooh, this boy good. That boy good. He has like that boy good type of game. But the problem is, we don't know if that's going to translate. We don't know with bigger NBA athletes and the speed of the game, is he gonna look the same as he did at Michigan in the NBA with that type of speed and athleticism and
Yeah,
size?
he was slow. Like he just
Mhm,
was.
mhm,
He's not switchable at all. Like if you do play him at the 5, like he's gonna be a drop big.
mhm.
He does have a 7'2" wingspan, and he is like tall, but it's like he's not like really a good. His shot blocking stats are like decent.
Yeah,
Gotta remember that he did average like 1.4 blocks per game at Michigan State. Uh, Keep in mind that again, like there is no 3-second defensive violation,
yeah, yeah,
so it's hard to really see if that translates. He had a 30-inch vertical, so he's not really particularly athletic. Not really important because again, he is like tall, but he doesn't have the foot speed to really be mobile in the NBA.
The
It just
defense is where I think will make or break him. I think that's more of the swing to me. Is, well, the swing skill to me is the shooting, and then it's also defense is for me. That's what the swing skills for me, because he's gonna have to prove to me that you could legit guard 4s and 5s in this league and rim protect. If you can prove to me you can do that at a decent, and it don't gotta be, you don't gotta, I'm not asking for Rudy Gobert. I'm just asking that you can survive. And I remember a Michigan fan tweeted at me before. He said Danny is probably a better defender that people think he is. That when he was switched on the guards, he didn't get taken advantage of like completely. He held his own sometimes. And then as far as like the rim protection, he just used his physical tools to like, you know, bother shots. So at that point, if he can do that, if he shows me that at the NBA level and then the shooting translates, I think he'll be great. I think he'll be fine. But that's the thing. It's
the effort. Like he tried. Like he was trying on defense,
yeah, yeah,
which does. I don't know if that's a positive or negative because he was trying. Like he was like trying hard, but
yeah.
the
And he needs,
results weren't that good. And it's like
yeah.
I don't know. Does he just have the physical tools to be like a good defender
He
at his
needs
position?
he needs to get in the weight room. He needs to get more toned. He needs to get stronger. The physical strength needs to be better. Now before we get into like his draft grade, the fit with Claxton, I can kind of see it now. Like I could see him, being the 4 with the, because Claxton's a good rim protector and he's that rim running center. But I could see the fit with Daron too, because Daron's a big guy and he can screen for Danny on the wing. But I'd rather Danny have that lob threat kind of guy, so he can, put pressure on the defense with the lobs, and then kind of be more. You can hide him on defense, because if Danny's not a good defender and he gets exposed at the 4 or 5, at least you put him at the 4. You kind of hide him, and then you have that rim protection if he gets beat. If you're guarding, like, if he's guarding like a faster 4, like, let's say like a Tatum, or like a one of these faster 4s in the league, then that's where you kind of get a little bit nervous. But if there's that rim protection behind him in the back line, then that's, I'm like, okay, he can survive maybe.
I don't know. Like, and I think I mentioned this before in like the Danny Wolf video, and why I wouldn't take him in the second round.
Yeah.
It's why are we building a team to really accommodate his weaknesses if he's not going to be like a Sengun level of an offensive player?
Yeah.
Because the thing is, like, yeah, I think Claxton is a good fit for him, but is he like the best fit for the team? Because I think I might want to develop Clowney like on the power forward position, because even though Clowney had like a bad season, he showed high volume 3-point shooting. He had a stretch of games like a year before his rookie year where he showed like legitimate shot blocking and defensive versatility, something like Danny Wolf has never shown. Like, there might be like some things there where we like have a competition there, because like the Nets do have some young players on roster right now that we have to consider. So it's like with, I don't know, Danny, it's weird, because unless he has like really high level offensive impact, it's like it's hard to justify.
And we did him no favors. Like, with the defense, we gave him no defenders. Sean drafted all lead guards that are not good defenders. I mean, outside of Drake is our best defender that we drafted, but like outside of Drake, we're not drafting any guys on the wings to help him out.
And we're not doing him a service, because amongst all the guys that because look, we just did like 4 videos straight about the other 4 guys we drafted. Of all the players, Danny Wolf is going to be the one spotting up for the other guys, because he was surprisingly the better than all our guard shooters. Like, he shot a better percentage from 3 than all our guard shooters, except like Drake Powell. It's like, so he's going to be the spot up guy. He's going to be the one playing pick and rolls, being the roll man, posting up, and it's like, are we even going to utilize his best skill as like a ball handler?
Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of. Exactly, because there's going to be so many lead guards, but you want the ball. Like, he's more potent. Danny's more potent when he's in that pick and roll, or he's attacking with his handles. So it's like, it's tough. Now, when we get to the draft grades, it's funny because I'm looking at my notes, and when I wrote down these notes in like May-ish, this is where his rankings were. Tankathon had him at 23. ESPN had him at 17. Bleacher Report had him at 22. And the New York Post had him at 14. That's crazy. Crazy. Where's your draft grade for him, though, at 27, though, bro?
Okay, I've said this before. I think he has like a role player ceiling. Like, I think Kelly Olynyk is like a comp I've seen that I agree with. I think that's like a realistic outcome. Maybe like a worse Sengun. The floor is so hard to really say, because he's got so many things that he's like solid at, like solid pick and roll guy, both roll man and pick and pops, and as the ball handler, good rebounder, could take advantage of mismatches as a post threat. Almost no defensive utility, in my opinion. I don't know. It just like, and I don't want to be harsh, because he was the 27 pick.
Yeah.
And it's hard to get good players at 27, even though Marks historically has done like a great job at getting these gems in the late first round. I think, it's just so hard, because we drafted players that really mess with him.
Yeah, I understand that. I'm going to give him a B-. I'm going to go different here. He's going to be my highest grade. And he's my highest grade because, first of all, he gets points for not being a point guard. That's first of all.
Well, here's the thing. He kind of is.
He kind of is. He kind of is. But you drafted a big. Real does show. You drafted a big. Like I said, I think I'm giving him a B-, because, like, I just read you where everybody had him. So we drafted him at 27. Everybody had him higher. So I can't like fault that. You did draft him. It's technically a steal for the consensus. But my problem is just he has the upside if everything's put together, and then the floor is tricky. The floor is very tricky. That's why I'm giving it a B-. The floor is tricky, so I'm giving it a B-.
I'll say C. Fine, whatever. C-. I'll be
All
nice.
right.
I'll be nice because again, 27th pick.
Yeah.
He does have like some offensive versatility. I don't want to punish him because he got drafted like in a weird
27.
situation
Yeah.
with like other players that kind of mess with him. I don't know. I don't know how I'd feel about this pick if it was like a Senge at 8 or somebody else.
Yeah. Yeah.
Actually, you know what? Forget it. I'll be mean. D plus. I'll give
D
it a
plus,
high
oh.
D. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Like I said, one thing about Danny is just like it's gonna be fun to watch to see if like they utilize him, and this is why I criticize Sean for this draft. It's like you drafted 3 lead guards that need the ball in his hands, and then you drafted a 4th playmaker, one of the best passing bigs in the draft, who actually needs the ball in his hands too. So it's like you're just hurting every other pick's development. It's like it's intertwining, and you're hurting everybody's development, in my opinion, because Danny's gonna need the ball too to be potent at times, and if you turn him into something he's not, like you might turn him into an off-ball stretch 5, pick and pop. But if that shot doesn't translate, then it's just not going to be a good mix. So let us know in the comments how you guys feel about Danny Wolf. What is your draft grades on Danny? What do you guys think his ceiling, his floor is? What do you think his outcome is going to be? And do you like him as a big with Claxton, or you think you want to put him at the 5? Let us know. Again, hit that like button. All our Twitters are scrolling at the bottom. Instagram is Nets Kingdom 1. And make sure you just hit that like. Appreciate you guys. We'll be back.